Welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. I am Fireweaver and I have Rolf with me. Hello.
Hello.
So we're going to do something a little different this episode, and it's going to be a little bit of exploring. Oh, we've got burnt quartz already. Oh, fantastic. So what we're going to do is go to a dimension called the Last Millennium. And for that we're going to need a clock, which I can make. And we're going to need carved eminence stone, which is purple and magenta dye with some ender pearls and some stone, and I think we needed 4, so that's good. And then finally a portal. And what I'm going to do, the idea of the Last Millennium is it's a void world, and I was thinking that up here we've got all of this stuff for farming on top of our UFO, but it doesn't seem necessarily appropriate for a UFO. So what I'm thinking is that perhaps we'll build a biodome over in the Last Millennium eventually. But for now, we're just going to use it to travel back and forth. And I think so that we've got access to an ME terminal and some stuff, we'll actually just put the portal here, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we'll
Sounds
just
okay.
place it here and let's go. Oh, and we have the last villager. So looks like they've added some stuff here. There's no trades for him. So this is stuff that is obviously added. This is not how it normally looks over here.
You sure?
No, this is definitely not how it normally looks over here. This is Jaded has done some tricks. So we've got a magnum torch here to prevent spawns, and I've also brought with me some coloured glowstones. Also, I should probably be wearing my jetpack in a void zone, I think.
Would be smart.
Let's just start off for now going in one direction. We'll be changing all of this so it travels to an alien biodome, which is our plan. And I'm using coloured stone. I think this is from Extra Utilities, and we've turned it into magenta stone.
You got to build us one, right?
I do, yep. I was just doing the initial build out here. There we go. Cool. And I'll extend it in this direction. I think you've also got some stone as well to get going.
If you travel back to the portal, you end up at the beginning platform.
Oh, that sucks. That was not the plan at all.
Yeah.
There's also stuff underneath here. Let me have a look. What the hell's underneath? Bedrock. Okay. Interesting. So they've placed bedrock underneath. There we go. And we'll just extend this platform out enough so that we can do some work on it. Yeah, that's a little frustrating because now when we go and grab materials back and forth between the main world and the non-main world, we're going to have some problems. So, with that in mind, it's going to pose 2 issues to us, but let's start with the first one. Is we want our AE system over here. So let's head back. And we want the red direction. There we go. And we want a place with some spare channels, Rolf, that we can access. I think there might be some down here. Quite possibly. We're using a few, but I think there's some spare ones. And this appears to be a good back area that we don't use very much. So let's, with that in mind, let's look at what we're going to need to get our AE system over into another dimension. And for that, you need, basically we need quantum related materials. So a quantum ring, quantum link chamber, and a quantum entangled singularity. And the singularity we're going to need by dropping singularity and ender dust, causing an explosion in there. That's how you get quantum entangled singularity, but there is actually a way of crafting the normal singularity, which is not showing up in any eye, but okay, that's fine. So what we do need is something called a matter condenser, which I am going to create the matter condenser here. We'll probably want an export bus of some description.
No, the matter condenser doesn't need a channel, so if we can put it around here with our cobble works,
Oh, okay.
it will automatically fill up.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's do that. It's going to take longer than an episode to do this.
But it's gonna need a storage cell, so.
Okay, so when you create a storage cell for that, it needs to be a big one, doesn't it, to create singularities?
Yeah, I'm making 64k.
Yeah. So for now, this is creating cobblestone in here, which we've got lots of world interaction upgrades and a decent amount of speed upgrades. So we've got loads going in here, so not to fear. There is a ton of cobble happening over here, and we're going to grab the items in here, and at the moment it's set to destroy, but what we want to do is condense into singularities that require 256,000 of an item to be able to do it. And over here we need to actually select it, and hopefully this will be a valid inventory in a short while, because currently I was actually destroying cobble, but hopefully this will work, as we're about to find out. I'm trying to drop the storage cell in. Yep. And it's storing energy right now, and it's going up very quickly considering we can get this done. I thought it was going to be an off-camera thing, but look, we're already up to 5k.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Then let's start building the components for 2 quantum rings then. I'm a bit concerned about power. That's my main concern, but we'll solve that if it becomes an issue. Things that are really useful to have but not necessary, but useful, is to have these energy cells that come from applied energistics. Potentially a dense energy cell, if I can get hold of one of those. So let's make some energy cells. I'm going to... Oh wow. That needs quartz glass. Have we got the recipe for quartz glass in here?
Yeah, it's in.
Okay, we're going to need about 8. So I'll just do that many. And more pure Certis quartz. Luckily I can do that easy enough. I think we've got all the stuff we need for auto-crafting purposes for this stuff, so it's not too bad.
Only the cells aren't programmed.
Yeah. So, hopefully I'm going to have enough here for... I think I needed 8 for what I just saw then. So it's called a dense energy cell. So that with calculation press, and that's a good way of storing energy. And that should be good. Next we want those quantum ring materials. So it's 8 in a quantum ring, is that correct?
Yep.
Oh, it needs lots of energy cells. I am going to teach the system how to make energy cells. There we go. And what else is for the quantum ring? I know that we got some of the quantum ring from a quest reward at some point. Dense cables.
No, we
already
found them
craftable.
in the Nether.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, just lying around. I don't know if it was a bug or intended, but either way, useful. So let's teach the recipe of that.
$77K.
For what? Sorry. Oh, for what we've got
The
left.
condensed matter.
All right, nice. So now here's our quantum ring. We need 16 altogether, and I've got 3. So that's 13 more. So I'm going to request 13. And it's got a lot of work to do, but let's get that going in the background. Then the other part is this quantum link chamber. I'm not sure if we've got the materials, but it doesn't look like it. I need some more of the quartz glass, so I'll try and request that separately.
Yeah, we got 4 crafting processors, so...
Yeah, it's super quick, yeah. Which is good. Have we got a Fluix pearls as part of our recipes in automated?
Nope.
Okay. So we need some Fluix dust and Fluix crystals, so let's request 100 of those. There we go. It's always nice to have them around. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 7, and 8, because we need 2. And that should be enough now for our quantum link chamber. 1 and 2. What else do we need? I think we need a temporary tesseract that doesn't need to stay forever, but yeah, I believe that you temporarily will need a tesseract over there. Actually,
Yeah.
we might need one permanently because there's machines that we're going to need to power over there regardless, so that'll be fine. And then, have you got the terminals?
I'm just crafting one, so...
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to want a couple of terminals over there. And I've got the quantum ring. So, let's set up our quantum ring. So, I wonder if I can get it near the energy stuff that we're doing. If we got both, there's energy. I wanted somewhere where we've got energy and cables next to each other. Here we go. That'll do. Not the most ideal, but it's fine. Let's do it like this, I guess.
So where are you?
Upstairs. We'll do a housing for this at some point, but for now this is fine.
Yeah.
And right in the center you put the quantum link chamber. And that forms up. So energy will should go in. Is this actually
It
linked?
accepts energy from the cable.
Oh,
From
it
the
does.
Fluix cable.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Cool. So now this is requiring the stuff of the link chamber, but we don't have our quantum singularities yet. How are we getting on? Very close.
Almost done.
So that's probably another 5 minutes. Is there anything else that we want to take over there?
Do we already have a tesseract?
Yes, I have a tesseract in my hand. That's all fine. I can't think of anything else in major.
Crafting terminals. We need a place to blow stuff up.
Interesting. We do, but we can do it with no damage actually, I believe. So applied energistics gives you a way of blowing things up without it doing any major damage. It's called tiny TNT. So I was grabbing that. There we go. So if it does do any ground damage, I think it's really minimal. So at least we can do it almost anyway. Alright. Well, considering we're going to be playing a waiting game for the quantum links, shall I come back?
Yeah, sounds smart.
Okay, alright, we'll be right back. Welcome back. We been watching the stored energy here, and we are about to get a singularity. I think we might leave this running to get maybe a couple more singularities just in case, so we don't have to wait for it in the future. Cool, so I have a singularity now. Let's go somewhere safe-ish to create this, which I believe will be here. There's not a lot of infrastructure, if any, over here, and the explosion should be fairly minor. So I'm going to do singularity on the ground, which apparently you're not happy with. There we go. Put a bit of TNT down, and I believe you've got the lever, and there we go. Tiniest explosion, which is perfect, and we get all of the items back, so I can fix the hole.
Nice.
And now we've got quantum entangled singularities. They are literally embedded next to each other so that they will work in unison. And there is a spot for this right here. So I think it's time to make another journey to our last millennium. There we go, and where's our platform? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our quantum ring here, and I'm going to build another quantum ring, just like this. Have you got cables and stuff too?
Yep.
Put a terminal down in a second. There we go, and then the link chamber in the middle. Then next to all of this, I'm going to put this dense energy cell. And now we're going to link it up. Now you can see that this isn't glowed blue yet, which means they're not actually linked up. You can see they're not linked. That's because this requires some kind of power. So what I'm going to do is get this tesseract down here, and I guess we'll put it on. Well, let's make sure the configs are right before I mess anything up. We just want to receive energy only.
And we need an energy acceptor for that.
You sure?
Yep.
I thought we could put it straight into this energy cell. Wait, let me move this. I think that's something that's possible. I normally use a thing for this, but there we go.
But we only need some power to kickstart it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Right, receiving energy, we'll do it on import, which is fine. And okay, yeah, you're right, we do need to change that up. Let me use my wrench. Alright, put the energy acceptor there. There we go, and what should happen, yep, is that the power went into this energy cell. This energy cell powers the link. Then, because it's now linked, the energy that is in the system next door is enough to actually keep this powered, and you can see this is fully powered, and it's not draining the energy cell here because it's getting more power from over the way. I am going to leave this tesseract around. I'm going to leave it probably over here, I guess. Cool. So that's good. Now we've got access to all our stuff again. Yay! Cool. Nice. One thing I should check though, now that that's linked up, because it's kind of important, is these are power hogs. So I think it's very important that we go and check that we have not caused a problem in our power gen. And bear in mind, although it takes a little while for it to balance out, is in theory our power supplier should produce only the amount of energy it needs. And so if it's not at maximum, then we're good basically. Although it's going to start using a lot more power. It's starting to drop its required energy it needs. It obviously needed a lot to kickstart the system, so it's going to calm itself down a bit. But it looks like we're using 2000 RF per tick. So if we check up here, we can see we're 82% and not 100%, which is good. It means that we are creating enough power to keep this running. Good. Good. How are we getting on over here? Alright, that's fine.
The AE network uses 1000 RF per tick.
Okay, it's a lot. Well, let's change tax then, because I was originally had a completely different plan for this episode, but now that the Last Millennium only links to the main platform, I'm going to have to make some changes. So, yes, I could use dimensional stones, I'm aware of those, but yeah, they're a pain in the butt at the moment. So, let's look at our quest book and have a look at power gen, because obviously we're using a lot of power generation. Maybe split the job up a bit. Let me make a fermenter because that's cheap. And why don't you start on the culinary generator, and I recommend heartedly that you try and use as much auto crafting in that process as you can. Let's see if I've got
the
this
top
stuff.
tier collagen.
Yeah, it's top tier one as well. Here we go, and why isn't that working? Did I use all the bronze already? Making those gears. It's quite possible. I did. Burning through bronze, but that's fine. Sturdy casing. So the fermenter is actually something we might end up using. Not today, but fermenters work quite nicely in conjunction with what I actually had planned for this episode, which is going to be multi-farms. So there we go. And there's a fermenter made. And we can claim this reward bag. And actually, fermenters use ethanol, which is appearing in this can here, to create energy. Now I'm just going to put it away for now. I'm just going to put this coloured stone away, even though I might grab it later. But that's fine. I'll put that energy cell back. And I got a flask of restoration. Not bad. Not that I need it because we've got our bauble, but regardless, this could be worse. Right, you're working on those. I'm going to start working on the cryostabilized flux duct. Now, these produce infinite energy. They're pretty good. So now it's empty. And to be able to fill it up, you need to fill it with jellied cryothium. So to make jellied cryothium, you need to put cryothium dust inside it. So that requires niter, snowballs, redstone, and blizz powder. Blizz powder comes from blizz rods, which you can get also. Instead of the blizz rods, you can also put redstone over snowballs. I think we may even have some blizz rods, maybe, because we don't need a lot. Yeah, look, we've even got blizz powder, and some blizzes that we can spawn. So let's take our blizz powder and looking at our jellied cryothium here, we just take the cryothium dust that we need to make. Oh, do we not have niter? That's crazy. Niter comes from pulverizing sandstone by the looks of it. So Let me grab some sandstone and pulverize it. What are you in the middle of making? I heard the QED.
I'm still busy with the culinary generator.
Okay. So yeah, what part was the QED for? There we go. So.
The transfer node, and we're gonna also need an hyper transfer node. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's really expensive. In fact, I'll look up the recipe and show it on camera for all the steps you're going through. So, well, we start with culinary generators. Pretty cheap, easy to make. Nothing too crazy there. But you need 8 of them to make this version of the culinary generator, the tier 2, and a transfer node using the QED, using these stuff. That's pretty fine. And then you need 8 of those with a transfer node hyper energy, and that is actually something I will want to show is bedrockium. So before you do the bedrockium stuff, let me know, because yeah, that's worth showing. I can take our niter out of here.
Nice, I can make a bedrockium.
I'll just take a few here. Now I'm not quite sure how much of this cryophium I'm going to need to fill up this flux duct here. I doubt we'll need much, maybe 1 or 2, so I'm just going to put them in one at a time and see when it might fill it up. If it doesn't do after 2, yeah, we go 2. There you go. So if you're producing a lot of energy, this is a good way of moving it around. Expensive, but a good way regardless. So that it gives us even more cryostabilized ducts there, so that's good. Leaving those done. Okay. What's the time? Rolf, we're going to finish the episode here. I know it's a bit of a weird place to do it because you're in the middle of making something. So get to the point for next episode where we're up to the bedrockium step, but don't make bedrockium. And then we can finish off power generation next episode, and then perhaps do what we actually plan to do for this episode, next one. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. So yeah, a good episode of a new dimension that we've been to, which is actually good because it means showing learning to skyblock. We can actually see that we've visited the Last Millennium, and it will allow us to do it. I think we've got to reach one of these locations, which we've done. So I'm actually going to take that reward. And Striding Explorer is the thing, and we get a legendary reward bag. Okay, nothing particularly good out of that, but that's fine. And does that mean that's complete? No. It's possibly because we haven't visited those dimensions that it's not showing up as complete, because I think we've actually completed all view quests that we can see, but we'll see. There might be hidden quests that can be. So we might have to go to the end or something for stuff. We can do that soon.
Ooh, look at what I got.
Oh, you got a super builder's wand. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do huge areas. The super builder's wands is really good. Right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and yeah, join us next time. A bit more power gen, and then potentially those forestry multi-farms if we can get to it. But yeah, from me and Rolf, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.